Welcome to the hunt, and today's target will be the Banbaro. Banbaro is such a fun monster. It's okay, it's pretty safe, it's pretty, you know, it's pretty easy, all things considered, especially if you compare it to something like a Lavinus or something like that. And there's a lot of, not a lot, there's a few things I'd say I'm somewhat maybe confused by that I don't especially like, so, goddamn, I missed the wall on that one. That fucking hurts, man. And, you know what? Again, there's a few things I'm not especially a fan of, but overall, I think there's a lot more positive that you could potentially say about Banbaro than negative. First of all, let's start with the creature design. This creature design is fantastic. I'm not a fan of Brood Wyvern just because it has the overall body shape of, you know, a lot of dinosaurs, and especially the T-Rexes if you're going to make a comparison. And I'm not a fan where a lot of fantasy designs are usually reliant on the body shapes out of, like, dinosaurs. Like, dinosaurs are impressive, and that's fine. And you can even ask Jesse for this, and he'll tell you, yeah, absolutely, I'm not a fan of dinosaurs. Also, he hates fucking thing that looks like dinosaurs, but that's another thing. And, but just the other design elements of him are incredible. The horns, the tail, the length of him, the fur. Oh my god, I love that fur. The nostril, the eyes, the ears, they're all very, very familiar, especially if you live in Canada. It's just, this thing is just Canadian purity, like the deer-inspired horns and face, the fur that kind of looks like that of a wolf or a squirrel, where it's super dense and super long at the same time. The hanging parts of skin covered with fur on the face, it's just great. And also, Banbaro is known for one thing, and one thing in particular. Oh, goddamn, that fucking hurts, man. So the creature design is amazing overall, but the one thing Banbaro is known for, it's all aboard the Banbaro train! That move is great, and it's just great use of the horns and how it's also shown in its opening cutscene. And I think it's one of the most creative and personalized moves in the entire game. So a lot of monsters have personalized moves that I'm like, that's pure that monster's personality. So Brachydios punching the ground, for example, is like pure of its personality. Lavinus sharpening its tail. Banbaro has that choo-choo train, and it's so perfect. And one of my favorite things ever is when it gets angry, it slams the ground with its head in like a show of intimidation, and I bloody love it. It's a great personality design that I really, really love when it gets angry. Outside of that, there's one thing that really always and still is confusing me about Banbaro. That thing is weak to dragon. Why is that thing weak to dragon? That's the one thing I'm like, why? Like, okay, and if we're gonna talk about things that are just strange, why is this thing an invader? If you don't know what an invader monster is or need a reminder, Pickle and Basil Geese are invader monsters, meaning they can show up on any map and will disrupt quests if possible. Which is why I love the choo-choo all aboard the Banbaro train. It's such a great move because it disrupts a lot of fight, and Banbaro would just show up everywhere, and that's great. But why is this thing an invader, though? Like, why is this thing an invader? Like, why does this thing show up in the Wildspire Waste? This thing will die from heat exhaustion from just standing in the desert, nonetheless being in the Elder's Recess and volcanic regions. Like, this thing is made for the Hoarfrost Reach. What the hell is this thing even close to doing in a hot place, a hot location like Wildspire, and or a bloody Elder's Recess? Like, I get why Pickle, from a lore and ecology standpoint, is an invader monster. I get it for Basil too. But why the hell is this bloody thing? Why in the hell is Banbaro an invader? That straight up doesn't make any sense to me. And you know what? It's cute to think that they thought it was a good idea. Maybe they just wanted more invading games, although Iceborne has 4 invaders to begin with, which is quite a bit. You can have a full map full of invaders before you fight specific location monsters, which is strange. But overall, Banbaro, a fantastic monster. A lot of moves are really fun to fight with, even in Naked Challenge mode, and I overall love this monster. It's really cool, it has the right amount of challenge, great design. We'll see you all on the next hunt.